Hey, it's Jess, and in this video I'll be showing you how to make a basic t-shirt in CLO 3D. So for this video I will show you how to sew the garment. If I go to my 2D window, I have a few sewing tools. Up here there's an edit sewing tool, a segment sewing tool, and a free sewing tool. So I would start with the segment sewing tool. It's the simplest. It's perfect for the side seams. So you'll click the front side seam and then the back side seam. The opposite side is automatically sewn for you because linked editing has been turned on. You can also go to the edit sewing tool and you can reverse your sewing. So if you click on the sewing, right click, reverse sewing, now the lines are crossing. We don't want this. It means the seam will be twisted and you're going to run into a jumpy garment in your 3D simulation. So let's right click again and reverse it back to how it was. This is how it should look. So we can use the segment sewing tool to sew the shoulder seams as well. Click the front and then click the back. The little T perpendicular line should be closer to the neckline on the front and the back, and then the side seams, that perpendicular line is closer to the armhole. That's a good indicator that our sewing lines will not be crossed. Let's use the free sewing tool to sew the sleeve inseam. Just click once at each point, and then use the M to N free sewing tool to sew the sleeve cap to the armhole. So click once on the sleeve cap, select the entire cap, click again, and there are some instructions on the screen. It says press enter to complete M sewing. So that's part one. And now we want to sew this one piece to two separate pieces. So this tool will allow us to do that. We'll start at the front armhole, select the entire front armhole, click at the shoulder, click at the back shoulder, and then go down to the back armhole side seam. Click again. Now press enter to complete the end part of the sewing. And the opposite side has been sewn for us, which is really great. It's a huge time saver. We can use this same tool to sew the neckline trim to the neckline. So click once, click again to select the entire neckline trim, click enter. And I want the seam to be at the wearer's left back, so I'm going to start at the back neckline, click once, select the entire back neckline, click again, then go to my front panel, click once, go around the front neckline, and click again. Now press enter to complete. And you can use the edit sewing tool to see that everything has been sewn together. One more thing that should be sewn together is the neckline trim. So it needs to be sewn into the round in a circle. So I'm using the free sewing tool to do that. And I'm also going to sew the top edge to the bottom edge since it will be folded along the center. Usually you want to avoid overlapping sewing lines. Sometimes you will get errors, but in this situation we need to do it. Right, so everything is sewn. In the next video I will show you how to arrange and simulate in 3D on the avatar.